and welcome. You're on to Aspheric TV and this is the morning newspaper briefing. My name is W Gifts and I have Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik with me. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Gifts.
Welcome to a new week. This is the program where we bring you front pages of Nigerian dailies and we get to discuss some of the issues that these headlines raised. I'd start off with the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper says NNPCL petrol to sell for 462 naira per litre without subsidy. Corporation defends 68 million to litre daily consumption claim. There's customs CG ready for forensic audits. PDP crisis hope dims for reconciliation. The next paper is the Punch newspaper. It says here Abba Kyari NDLEA files 24 charges, seizes 14 mega assets. Agency uncovers shopping malls, others owned by ex-IRC commander. Kyari's deputy Ubwa fails to declare 100 million naira life insurance policy. 2 dead, others trapped in Lagos building collapse. This day newspaper, it says here Atiku September heralds dawn of Nigeria's freedom from APC's strange hold. Obi's crowdfunding portals to open next week, Utomi reveals. Tinubu, we need not worry about PDP, we are not equals, says opposition party shouldn't exist any longer. Our presidency will industrialize Nigeria, Shetima boasts. PDP fires back, asks APC candidates to address name, age, education. Uzodinma declares Igbo will produce president when they find peace with nation. The Daily Trust newspaper, it says here military kills 5 ISWAP commanders, over 200 terrorists in Borno. They are using Northeast as training ground. Source will continue to take fights to them, NAF. Insurgents attack Borno Mosque, kill Imam, 3 others. 2 dead, several trapped as 7-story building collapses in Lagos. 2023 anxiety trails APC's delay in unveiling campaign council members. 14 die, 1,179 cases recorded as yellow fever hits 35 states, FCT. Despite increased revenue by manufacturers, cement's price still over 4,000 naira per 50 kgs. The Vanguard newspaper, it says here worry in APC, PDP, ADC as party chairman battle conflicts. 2023 Northern senators, others upset over Wiki's opposition to Atiku. 9 die in Abuja crash. FRSC warns against night trips. How FG saved Ajaokuta steel industry, reduced dispute cost to $496 million. Malami. The Daily Sun newspaper, it says here Atiku promises women, youths 40% cabinet positions. IU battles for survival as PDP crisis worsens. More governors, NWC members move against party chair. His removal will cause more trouble, warns McCarthy. NNPC offers to submit forensic audits of fuel supply. Insists daily average supply remains 68 million. The Leadership newspaper, it says here as 2023 campaign begins in 23 days, Nigerians seek competence above party, religious, ethnic considerations. The Nigerian Tribune is the last paper we have here. It says PDP may ask IU to step aside. Atiku no longer Wike's target. Party source. Why Otom continues to back Rivers governor. Headless body of missing Ondo Tescom director found. Suspected stowaway discovered in parked aircraft at Lagos airport. Alafin's 2 shortlisted contestants hold peace talks ahead of today's interview. 2 dead as 7-story building collapses in Lekki. Lagos government orders arrests of developer. Same faith ticket, Senator Adeyemi proposes amendment of Electoral Act 2022, backs Tinubu/Shetima ticket. Oyo government criminalizes land grabbing offenders, risk 15 years jail term. those are the headlines we have. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll be discussing these headlines. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Mr. Mustafa, I'd like to start off with the NNPC story, and it says petrol will sell for 462 naira per litre without subsidy. I don't know when this is supposed to be implemented, but I think already it's a problem that people have to buy fuel for 175 naira thereabouts per litre. And this is the NNPC now saying that it's going to increase to about 462 naira per litre. What do you think about this development?
Well, it's something that is expected because right from that moment that NNPC decided to go to commercialize, we should expect that, look, they are going into business venture. They are going to operate based on market forces. And what do we mean by market forces here? Demand and supply determine the price and so on and so forth. It's really unfortunate that, look, we are the managers of our nation, government, the economy. They are not taking into consideration the situation of things on ground. Situation of things in the sense that we have unemployment rate, we have inflation rate, we have these are indicators, economic indicators that work in parameter with whatever is obtainable within the oil sector. Well, in this case, one would expect that, look, given the rise in inflation, what government would do is collapsing of the price of the fuel. But in this case, they are not doing like that. Because if you observe right from 2016 that government decided to hike the pump price from 87 naira to 145, it's now trigger a kind of inflation to the extent that almost everything, prices of everything now shoot up. All because of what? Starting from transportation, from 87 naira to 145, prices of everything, transportation, everything increases. And now NNPC now is now saying that, look, they are going to over 400 naira, which it means that it's going to be over 150% increase. Can Nigeria cope with that? I don't think so, because any increase now will now have a commensurate increase in other aspects of life, but they are not putting that into consideration. Well, I believe that, just like you said, nobody know the exact time that they are going to implement that, but we should expect it, because until even when they are saying that, look, Dangote refinery, which is that is the only refinery that are looking forward to say, look, by the time the Dangote refinery come into operation, prices of fuel will decrease. I don't see that. I don't see that possibility, because Dangote himself said, look, that he can go to anywhere around the world to get his crude, but government should remove that benchmark of pricing. And if you observe very well, because Dangote is around coming on board now, they are now decided to do all his bidding, everything, all the conditions that he said. They said, look, government must do before he start operation, and that is exactly what the government is doing. That the regulation of the downstream oil sector, whereby government doesn't peg price, government doesn't determine price, but the determination of the price is being done by the forces of demand and supply and the pricing. So that is exactly where we are now. It's really unfortunate that Nigerians will have to pay extra, will pay more, and will continue to suffer. and will continue. The economy will continue to suffer. Individual will suffer. The economy will suffer, and almost everything will suffer.
Exactly. The situation seems to be worsening.
It's a very dicey situation. It's a dicey feature. Right now, we don't even see it that way. But I'm going to tell you now, the next administration will suffer a lot, because you will discover that there will be a pressure, and Nigerians who cannot tolerate, just like we had during NSAS. Nigerians will not bear it. We tolerate Buhari administration to say, okay, they took us for a ride, nobody complained. Fuel increase like 2 times or 3 times, nobody complained, and we continue to go on and on, and till now. And now NNPC has been commercialized, and when somebody has been commercialized, when an organization is commercialized, you should expect that it will do like a normal businessman.
Of course. Moving on to the Abba Kyari case, the federal government has seized some of his major assets. Abba Kyari, that's the former commissioner of police, and among these assets there were malls, his accounts were frozen and things like that. What do you think about this development?
It's really unfortunate. Until this incident of Hush Puppy came out, people thought that Abba Kyari is one of the finest police officers that they are around, because of his cases of his inability to bust criminal gang here and there. He came out like an exemplary police officer, but not until the Hush Puppy incident now came up, then all other accusations started coming up, and then the issue of his involvement with the drug syndicate. Well, it's really unfortunate. It shows that there is corruption everywhere, but the corruption in the police is one that people have been complaining about. Well, this is Abba Kyari. He's just one. There are so many officers like that they cannot give account of their asset and the income and the kind of lifestyle they have been living. Abba Kyari is just one. Who will bail the cat out now is entirely the decision of the government and the police itself. Police need to sanitize itself. If indeed they want to curb the corruption among the officers and men, they should start from the top. If they start it from the top, if there is sanity from the top, you now discover that the lower rank too will follow suit. But right now, the current IGP tried to show example by dismissing some some policemen based on minor offenses. But Nigerians are looking forward to more than that. It's not something that you now say, okay, so because somebody now say that, look, I collect money, you dismiss him. Whereas there are bigger officers. Abba Kyari is one, but there are other officers that are like Abba Kyari, that they cannot give account of their income and their asset. How can you imagine how much is the annual salary of DCP of police? And
then there are estates, shopping malls, a lot of things that you wonder.
So it means that he has been getting his money from the. Recall that even Evans said the billionaire kidnapper. He said that some of his trucks were confiscated by the police, IRT, under Abba Kyari, and only 1 or 2 or thereabout that was given account was tendered in the court as an evidence. You understand? And then there are some other petitions, previous petition against Abba Kyari, but nobody could listen to those petitioners because all along we thought that Abba Kyari was a clean police officer. Not until now that everything now decided to come out for everyone to see.
Well, investigations are still coming on, and I'm sure that a lot will still be uncovered. Moving on to politics, the presidential candidate of the APC has come out to say they need not worry about the PDP. Says the opposition party is not their problem because they are not equals. What are your thoughts on this statement?
Well, a gift is really unfortunate. It's like that is just an insult on every Nigerian, because when Tinubu is talking like that, he should also remember that, look, they are the ruling party, and being a ruling party, what they should be concerned about is to show Nigerians their achievement within these 7 years of APC administration, because there's no way that he will talk as an independent person. He's part and parcel of APC. He's part and parcel of the current administration, whether he's in the government or not. He has been known as the national leader of APC. So to me, it's an insult for him to start talking about PDP to say they should.
They are not equal.
They are not equal. And I don't understand what he mean by not being equal.
He went further to say that he wonders how the PDP is still in existence despite their leadership, their failure in leadership for the past 16 years.
If there's any party that's supposed to go into extinction out of shame, if they have conscience, is APC. Go to the street now and road now and seek opinions of Nigerians. They will tell you that, look, what they are passing through today is like, no, Nigerians are no longer talking, because the indices are there that, look, in 2015, when APC administration came into power, how much was bag of rice? The bag of rice goes between 7,000 to 9,000 naira, and today the same bag of rice now goes as high as 20-something thousand naira,
30,000
naira. Then that is just one. There are some other things like that too. So if there's any party that's supposed to go into extinction, is APC, not even PDP, because no matter how terrible PDP government administration was reported to be, Nigerians know where they are coming from, and then they know what they are currently experiencing. To me, Tinubu should not rub insult on Nigerians' faces. He should just do his campaign and say, look,
exactly,
vote for me, I will do this, I can do that, I can do that. But making reference to say, look, he's going to build upon the administration. Build upon what? You understand? If he's talking about, say, okay, to himself, he's looking at, say, look, Nigerians are comfortable with him. Probably that is what it means. He's saying that Nigerians are, that is what it is saying, that Nigerians are more comfortable with APC. Who told him that Nigerians are comfortable with APC? You understand? So he should just do his campaign and just leave the rest like that. But coming out to start, it's like being insensitive to what we are passing through in Nigeria today.
And in my opinion, no party should be underestimated, because you never know. It's not business as usual. A lot has changed. It's not about the political party now.
No, it's
mostly about the individual. Moving on to some good news. You know, we've been having a lot of security challenges in the country, and it's mostly people kidnapped, people died here and there, but this time around the military has managed to kill 5 ISWAP commanders and then over 200 terrorists in Borno State. And I think that is a lot, and
very good, commendable.
Exactly.
That is the kind of story we want to hear. Not all this story of, say, there are gunmen here and there, the terrorists, bandits here and there, killing people here and there. No, we are tired of hearing that. Let's hear stories that would kind of ginger Nigerians and boost our morale. It gives Nigerians a kind of energy, hope that, look, Nigeria is working.
Exactly. Let's hope that this continues. If it continues like this, I'm very sure that in no time this whole insecurity will be behind us. Exactly. Those are the stories we'll be covering this morning. Thanks for joining us. My name is Double Gifts, and I've had Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik. Thank you, sir. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube, and also follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News, and on Facebook, we are official Aspheric News. Thanks for watching. Bye.